I welcome you all to our program. It's a matter of principles, and today we have with us the guest of on the program, Dr. Rajiv Chauhan. Sir, welcome to the show. And we also welcome our host for the session today, Dr. Sheila Mahapatra from Alliance University, Bangalore, India. Ma'am, I would request you to please take it over ahead with Dr. Chauhan for our program. It's a matter of principles.
Thank you, Tanya. At the very outset, I would first like to thank EDU TV for providing us this platform to connect. And I welcome you, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here and hear you out. So to begin with, sir, for last few months, as we all have been noticing, it has been a tough time, a challenging situation for all of us across the globe. And with the COVID-19 pandemic, spreading across with becoming a very challenging task for the government and people alike. But still, with a lot of positivity, there has been we have been fighting it out through innovative ways and some out-of-box solutions. Each government, each country is trying its own ways to curtail it. With that, I feel that education sector is one such area which has been hit by the pandemic to a greater extent. And if you look at it, we continued with the teaching learning process through the Okay. Good morning, sir. It's great connecting with you here. And at the very outset, I would like to thank EDU TV for providing us this platform to connect with you. And it's a pleasure to have you here today. Sir, for the last few months, all of us across the globe has been facing this challenging task of the COVID-19 pandemic that has hit us. And may it be economy, may it be the other aspects, it has been a challenging task for government as well as for people alike. One sector, the educational sector, which we are a part of, has been worst hit by it. And although we managed to continue things through the digital platform, through the online forum, still there has been quite a lot hiccups at the beginning, but things have continued unabated. With that respect, sir, I would like to know from you how challenging it was at your school to shift from the traditional classroom teaching to the online forum. So we speak about COVID warriors, we speak about the doctors and the helpers, but at the same time, I believe the teaching staff and the teachers, we also had played an important role, in helping the students not miss their education for maybe for 9 months from now.
Thank you, ma'am. It's true that there were some challenges, but we are one of the community schools and we were able to overcome the challenge. All the teachers rose up to the occasion. Starting, it took some time because we were all traditional teachers. We are
Correct.
45 years old school, the mindset took time, but to be very honest, it took a week to 10 days time when the teachers took up the challenge and we moved on to it. And we did it. We started with the Google Classrooms and we're doing very effectively. They're doing extremely well. One or two serious challenges, what I see is number one is the assessments. Both children we are doing assessments and there are platforms onto it. There are some paid versions of assessments. It's okay, fine. But we talk on the community or the larger aspect of it, which our school guidelines comes up is, there are many areas where the classes are not started. So when the first issue is actual assessment, when a teacher is teaching in a traditional class, he understands the pulse.
That is very correct.
He understands the child understood or didn't understand. Virtually, there are ways children can, do up and down, and it's a very trust kind of thing. Like you have to believe me, I'm Rajiv Chauhan. It can be somebody else also sitting in front of you. So it's a trust which works on, but at the same time, assessments is a one challenge area.
Yes.
Where it needs a physical, especially for the board classes. Up to 8th class, we can do online assessments perfectly fine, no issues. But when it comes to 10th, 12th, and 9th to 11th, the writing skills is one area which our children are facing a serious challenge.
I have a son who is going to give 10th board next year, so I can understand that fact very well.
Yeah, they have lost the habits of writing for long times. Secondly, the challenge what we see is the classes. There are two types of people. One is classes, one is masses. And the classes will not be a challenge because they have infrastructure, they have facilities, everything. But when it comes to masses, to provide that kind of infrastructure to the student is a challenging issue. But we, and in Indian School Muscat, we were very fortunate. We had went as usual, parent school. We have given desktops to the computer. We have given laptops to the computer. We have given even the tabs, and even including the data packs were given to the children so that the classes are not impacted. Paying fees is a secondary issue. You pay, don't pay, no problem. First, join the classes is the first priority for us, and we manage it on.
That is good to hear from a principal about it.
So we did onto it, and to be very honest, when they did, and their parents also came forward and they understood the kind of input going in, and we did not take any break. We did not have any summer breaks. We worked non-stop, and those into the third very challenging part was the screen time. But we had only problem for starting it, screen time issue. After that, we did not have, because we divided our classes in such a way that no one gets more than 3 hours of screen time. Plus, that I told you the devices issue was that our timetable is designed in such a way that not the whole school runs together. We run in batches.
Okay.
If there are 2 kids, one device can work for the 2 people. So to reduce that, we have divided in such a way, we did our own internal jigglery, did our own internal study, statistics. Children are, how can we together, which batches, where the minimum damage comes in, and wherever possible we did that. And that is one of the areas, and it has helped out. And we have been giving a break after every period. We're given a 5-minute bio break. It can be break for you to stretch out or for your eyes. Right. So it's a break of 5 to 10 minutes between the 2 classes. We did not keep the classes back to back.
Right.
So that when you're looking non-stop on the screen, we all are having devices which are not made for business use. They are made for home use computers. So, and there's a difference. If you see the laptops for home edition and business editions are different, because the screen, people don't understand, but now people should understand. The screen quality counts a lot when you're doing online classes.
Right, right.
Because that quality is good, you can do long time classes. Yes. That is the one we kept on to it. And fortunately, people have supported. Teachers rose to the occasion. They are, like you said, they're warriors. We count teachers also one of the frontline warriors who rose to the occasion.
That's very true. That's very true, sir. Without having actually time to get trained for such a paradigm shift. It was a paradigm shift.
Yeah, they rose to the occasion, I told you, and they did classes, late nights. They were trying different platforms, A, B, C, D, many platforms. I don't want to name any of the platforms, whether it be Zoom, whether it be something. I'm just not Teams and all. We did not. Ultimately, they did it. We did a survey among the teachers, which is the most comfortable for you. And once they got a taste of it, then they themselves started innovating it. In fact, the kind of facilities they found in the platform of Google, they feel more comfortable. And now the work which used to happen in longer durations, they have become smart workers.
So moving on to the next scenario, of course, from now on, I don't know how the scene is at Muscat and how the situation is, but gradually things are opening up. The governments are now asking people to come out, but there are apprehensions. The people are skeptical. People are still in doubt how effective the vaccine would be, the efficacy, everything is, the acceptance is yet to sink in. So moving on, when we move towards a blended mode of teaching, what do you think would be the biggest challenge?
I don't see any challenge. That is the only solution we have now.
Correct.
There's nothing called, it's a very simple, you like to have Pepsi or a Pepsi, or you like to have tea or a tea. So you don't have a choice. The blended learning is the only option we have in the present scenario till we open up completely to the physical school.
Right.
And it's a challenge we'll all rise to occasion. And we had a word with our team, our teachers, because it's a community school, large school. So we had a word with the teachers. They all are saying that this is the only option available to us. And we don't see, because they say, sir, it has to be fought. So they all are open to it, and the blended learning is the only option. If the school opens up, it will be only for the senior classes.
Right, right.
If the parents agree. If the parents agree and repeat
Yes.
on to it, and it will be again 50% that WHO guidelines, the ministry guidelines we follow, then it has to be blended. You don't have a choice. You have to rise to this occasion. And I repeat, I'm very confident teachers are ready to take the challenge and are rising to this occasion.
Right. Thank you, sir. It was great connecting with you. And actually, we ended it on a very positive note. Yes, challenges make us stronger. We get adapted to face such challenges. Thank you. It was a great session, sir, with you. Thank you, EduTV, again for providing us this platform.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mahapadra. Thank you, Dr. Chauhan. Thank you.
Alliance University, India's top-ranked university. Over 20,000 alumni in 50 countries. Study abroad options in 55 universities. And placements in over 353 companies. Alliance University, Bengaluru.